We used to go to the San Joaquin with the Seymours every year, and we stayed there for about a week. It was a 6-hour drive past Fresno. Fresno was 3 hours, and then up to where we went over Kaiser Pass and then Huntington Lake and down to the Rattlesnake Creek and the San Joaquin River, and camped there and fished and did whatever the kids wanted to. There was a bridge there. It was made by the Forest Service and brought in by mules, so it was all made in small pieces, and I had a lot of guy wires there and to keep it together. And sometimes I was kind of afraid the kids would get in the guy wires and hurt themselves. And so one day when Shanna went with us all the time, Emma stayed home. She said, "That is your time with the kids." And so she at one time, all her friends jumped off the bridge. She said, "Dad, can I jump off the bridge?" And I told her, "I just as soon you wouldn't," And so, and I was on my way to the upper lake to go fishing, and when I came back, and she ran up to me and said, "Dad, I told her, just as soon you would not." So I didn't tell her not to do it. And so when I came back, she said, "Dad, I jumped off the bridge," and she was so happy, So I was happy for her too. And then a couple of years later, we went back again, or we went back the following year, and we took Heather and Rico. That was the first time for them. And we had the horses with us. We had Trinket and Star. And it's the first time for Star to go anywhere with us. And so we used them to haul all the stuff in, and sometimes we'd ride them, and most of the time they were just pack horses. And then we got to camp. We decided where to sleep and set up tents, and then we needed to get rid of the horses. And there was a place on the other side of the river with a kind of a canyon with two fingers coming down, and in the middle was a beautiful meadow. And we knew that if we turned the horses in there, they would never leave it, because there was no other place to go and graze. So anyway, so we took them down to the other side of the river and tried to turn them loose. And the Star was so happy, he jumped up in the air and just hind legs up and kicked around a little bit, and kicked me in the elbow, and not intentionally. So I got a big hole in my arm, in my elbow. And so Sam Martin was there with us. Sam Martin is a son-in-law of, a brother-in-law of Jim Seymour. He married one of the Seymour girls, and a good friend of mine. And he said, "Okay," there was kind of a hole in my arm and bleeding, and he said, "Okay, soak it in the river." So I sat there in the river for 15 minutes, and then he said, "I got some stuff I can plug it up with." And plugged it up with salve with a Band-Aid on it, and so I told the kids, "That's not very good, because I can't take care of you like this. Can't do any cooking with his arm, and so maybe we better go home." I said, No, we can't go home. We'll take care of you, And they did. And they did very, very well. It's little kids. Just amazed at what they did and how they did it, and took care of their dad. And he probably could have taken care of himself, but he just let it go happen. And how proud they were of themselves, and how proud I was of them taking care of Dad. And so that was a wonderful trip.